There we go. How to turn off the Discord notification.
We play Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, we do, Shody. Welcome everyone. Sorry, a little bit late. There were technical issues with cameras and things, which is a every time struggle when we play this game. But welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Thoria: The Broken World. This is episode 9 consecutively of this game that we are playing through. Last time, I threw a curveball at my players. And they all hate me now. I don't think that's true, but I think they're upset. Yeah, it got kind of real last time on. We finally met the guy Creel Vargas himself, and then we lost him in the same episode because I'm a bad man. House of Humans. I've got that T-shirt. In fact, I should wear that T-shirt next time. Right, so yeah, so welcome everyone who was watching. Welcome again to my wonderful players. I'm not going to do much of a preamble on this. I'm just going to go straight to the play screen so we can actually kick off this game because I've been looking forward to this for 2 weeks. So, everyone can unmute their microphone. And the cameras are working.
Oh man.
La 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 la.
Everything works.
Fine.
Hi guys.
Fine.
Hello.
We did it.
I'm sorry for being an evil swine.
No, you're not. You're not.
I'm not sorry, no. You're right.
Just like we're not sorry for calling your cool Infinity Stones the sexy The give and take.
The sexy
I forgot
Sexy
that. I forgot about that. The sexy Oh dear. Have I got a
It's a
dirty mark
D&D
on my camera?
contract between players and DM.
Absolutely. Anything I make up, you have to make fun of. It's the law.
And then you ruin our lives with the backstory we give you.
And then I emotionally rip you to pieces, yes.
Perfect. Great. So glad we're here.
I'm not sorry your goblins look like Yodas.
Joe.
Trauma bonding at its best.
Right.
All right.
For those of you who weren't here, for those of you who don't want to hear this again, it's tough luck. I'm gonna do it
Yeah,
anyway. Episode 8 recap. Here we go. Right, Creel is awake. I'm so sorry, guys. Injured but able to converse. He greets each member of the party, recognizing them and thanking them for their assistance. There's a large group hug as Creel embraces his extended family and then warns them of the impending danger ahead. I've just realized this is so funny now. I'm reading this. Because of the pain that you're going through. He was sent to these shores to find ancient relics known as the Shards of Resurrection. These fragments were once the goddess Elena's weapon, Illuminar, the Soul Guard, a supremely powerful javelin. During the War of Ages, the weapon was sundered along with an elemental titan, firing the fragments into the stratosphere and depositing them somewhere on Thoria. It was rumored that one such a fragment was located somewhere here, on the island of Minstrel Cay, where you currently now are in Orsdance. I'm just going to kill that music. I'm just going to bring up the other music. Aha! Creel also mentions to Tad that there is a thieves guild in Orsdance that may be able to help them. The party then visited a local doctor called Friedrich Creekmore, a vastly intelligent yet cantankerous goblin. He imparts knowledge to the party about the sexy stones, especially the phantom stone the bird carries. Upon hearing this, Bird's patron hijacks her mind once more to say that the items that she needs are these phantom stones. 3 in total, each imbued with a fresh soul. Creekmore tells of Creel's history, that Shadowcaster was not a reflection of his roguish prowess, rather than a shackled title of guilt and failure. Opal learns that the ghostly image held within Bird's stone is that of her grandmother Poppy, and that the poppy necklace she wears also holds a curse. Mention was made to a witch called Mortia, who may be able to assist, but the risk may be great. Creekmore also imparts on the group that new evils are rising. He shows them a body on the operating table and identifies the wounds of those made by a race called the Troken. Creatures attack! Oars Dance is set upon by a race of sea serpent creatures. They attack from the water in numbers. Our party was able to best a few of them. During the fight, Creel ventured to help, joining the fray. Towards the end of the battle, in a moment of uneasy stillness, Elowyn turned as she heard a phrase that made her blood run cold. Little angel. Elowyn turned to see Creel was standing, a blade to his throat, by a cloaked, hooded figure, as Elowyn stared into the face of her sister, Demelza, as both her and Creel vanished through the portal, leaving the party stunned as the last sea creature began to advance against them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we left off. So I am going to immediately transition back to the battle screen because we are still in initiative order. As I pull the right screen up.
Cool.
Amazing.
What's going on?
I was watching Critical Role earlier.
Rad.
Now, on
Tubular.
Tuesday, we released our most
Hi,
recent
Gary. Hi,
first
Ray.
episode.
Hello, Raiders.
Thank
Sit
you,
down, Critical Role.
Harry.
Oh man, I am low on health. It's fine.
Tell me about it. Tell
Okay.
me about it.
So, next in the initiative round, as you literally see the body of Creel, knife held to his throat, disappear through a portal with your sister, Demelza. Tad, you're up.
Okay. Okay.
No pressure.
Okay. I haven't seen anything myself.
I
Just
think
saw-
what we were talking about last week. I think just go ahead and make a perception check because you are in line of fire where you are right now, as you would have been able to see across the courtyard. So just see if you saw what you saw, or what you think you saw.
I don't know. Well,
I'll give you a free action on this because we're in initiative.
f- 5 minus stuff. Like, I think it's 4 total. I don't think there's a
4
way outside.
total. Behind Elowyn. Elowyn normally has a little bit of a glow about her anyway because of who she naturally is. But not of the colour that you saw. You saw a sort of dark purple bluish sort of glow behind her and then vanish within a couple of seconds, but you didn't see anything else behind Elowyn herself.
Okay. Okay. That's
All
fine. So I am just going to clock that, but still just kind of focus on the situation in front of me. So I'm going to, because in my head, Papa Vargas is still very much watching, and I want to impress him a
As
bunch.
far as you
and show
know.
him my cool new tricks. I'm going to cast Ice Knife at the last fish guy.
Oh, shit.
So it's a D20 to hit.
Yes.
It's 11 plus 4, 15 total.
That hits.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that is... Oh, and he needs to make a dexterity save.
Okay, what's the DC?
Dex 12.
Well, Just for half damage?
No. So he takes the 1d10 piercing, and then it explodes, and then he makes a dex save for that. So he takes, for sure,
Making a face.
3 points of damage.
3? Okay. I just rolled a
and
natural
then-
20 on my first roll.
Cool. Okay, so you see all of the like ice shards explode in the area, but he dodges it and gets out of the way. Spell attack. 10 damage, hit or miss, shard then explodes. Creature within 5 feet of it makes dex save. That's it. Yeah, no. They don't take half. Stick. Okay, well, 3 damage.
Just 3 damage?
Just the 3.
There was a very impressive explosion, but unfortunately, when the ice and the mist dissipates, you just see it standing there, just even more angry than it was last time, and it starts to
fine.
go straight for you again.
Yeah,
It's the end of your
that's
turn,
okay.
Opal. You're up.
Okay. Now, I'm going to read the situation here. Tell me if I would assume that since I'm right next to Elwyn, that I would at least notice that she's got something going on. That's like,
Right.
something has
Okay.
happened.
Because yes, you are directly next to it, but it all in this moment, what it depends on really is what you're majorly focusing on. If you're focusing on the fact that there is threat around you, or you're focusing on the fact that your friend who is directly next to you just turned round briefly for a moment. You don't know what she's doing now because we're in initiative order, so her time effectively is now frozen.
Right.
But it all so in your own character's mind, which would you be most paying most attention to? The immediate threat, which currently you are in cover of, or the
I'd
fact
probably
that
notice-
you
Opal would
may have
probably
heard
notice
something.
Elwyn,
Right.
I think.
Okay.
So, now here's a question for a DM. I have a spell called Sword Burst.
Right.
Now, it says you create a momentary circle of spectral blades that sweep around you. Now, is it possible for me to kind of extend that to encircle Elwyn?
What does it say? A radius on the spell?
5-foot range.
Well,
It's called Sword Burst.
you're within 5 foot because you're literally within melee of Elwyn anyway, so you're within 5 feet hover. So
Yeah, but would I be able to encircle her as well?
just let me pull up the spell, have a look. You create a momentary circle of spectral blades that sweep around you. Each creature within range other than you must succeed in a dexterity saving throw. Over. The spell down 5 feet. No, she would basically be in the spell's damage range. If you wanted to have her envelop as well, you'd need to occupy the same space.
Okay. And then another question. Blade Ward
Yes.
has a range of self. Now, if I put that onto Rocky and give it to Elwyn,
Sigil warding in the air until you exchange of resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. It's 1 round. And the rage is on self for Blade Ward. So I would allow you to cast it on Rocky. Rocky can go on to Elwyn, so she's covered by the Blade Ward, yeah.
okay, that's what I want to do.
Right, okay.
Yep.
So you
Such a good
cast Blade, so you reach backwards and grab Rocky, sort of like he like jerks into motion. You cast a spell on him which makes him glow with this sort of like reddish energy, and he flies over to Elwyn, lands on Elwyn's shoulder, and then you see just this like pale pink glow just start to emanate around her.
Perfect. I think that's it for me.
That's going to be your turn. All right, you staying where you
'cause
are?
I don't know what. Yeah, I'm staying where I am.
Okay, now it is the creature's go. So he is going to move forward to there.
He's
He's
still
got
harpooned.
to you. Are you holding that right now?
Yes.
Then yes, he is. Right, I'm going to put him back where he was, which is there, I believe. So I'm going to make a strength throw to try and see if I can pull the harpoon out against your strength to try and maintain the pull on it. So we'll do a contested strength check.
Okay. Strength check. Oh, hang on. Let me get my dice tower use it.
Yes.
Just casually drops the dice tower. Can we see this contraption?
Please.
It's a 3D printed dice tower, so
Oh, nice.
it'll.
Oh, it's a tower.
It's a tower. Hopefully, you cannot hear it jingle down the stairs.
Oh, we want to. It's the whole point of
We
dice
should
towers.
want to. That is a 10. I rolled a 10.
10? Okay.
Mhm.
He rolled a natural 1. So you've got him. Are you pulling him towards you? Is that your thing?
Yeah, that's my goal. I
Right. So
wanna
he can
get
only
him
he can so
away
he can
from
only
everybody
move
else.
he can only move directly towards you in a diagonal stretch. So he can only get to there. He can, however, make a ranged attack because he's only grappled, so he's not restrained. So he's going to go and fire at Bird because that's the one we can clearly see with his harpoon attack. That is a 21 to hit.
Well, that'll hit.
That'll hit? Yeah, okay.
Are you sure? You want to double check?
Are you
I'm
I don't know.
sure?
It just doesn't sound like.
Sounds like a mediocre AC to me. Right, that is 12 points of piercing damage as you are now got a javelin through your stomach.
Rob.
I'm down.
He can't do anything else.
I'm down.
You're down.
I'm down.
Right, I haven't figured out a way to mark it on the map, but
That's
so
right, I
you
got
see
it.
the javelin go through Bird's stomach and then she just drops onto the ground
We needed
unconscious.
more problems.
You start to see like a reddish purple blood start to pour out of the wound of the stomach and start to cover the street, the cobbles on the streets. Right. Okay, that's the end of his turn. Isha, you're up.
Seeing that happen, Isha is going to
Uh-oh.
drop the chain and just full on charge it and take a swing with his longsword. And I'm going to do it two-handed, so
Yes, D10.
D10.
Right up to melee with him. Literally right up to melee with him.
5. That is a 17 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay.
Swing, better.
Okay. Nine damage.
9 damage. You the spines that you see on each side of the head and the spine that goes right down the curve of the back at the top, but you basically just it kind of ducks, but you cleave that off and you just see 3 gouts of green, like brackish brown blood
Yeah.
just go off your side like a crown almost. And you can tell that has seriously like messed up its like perception sort of thing because it's now looking around, wondering where you are. Right. Do you have another attack, or is that your whole round?
That's my whole round right there.
And you still have hold of him. Via the,
No,
Oh no!
because
You dropped the chain and ran, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I charged it, so the chain's down.
Okay. Right, Bird. I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
The 3.
That's a fail. One failed save. Okay, you don't get a turn because you are rolling death save, so we get back to the next one, which is Creel, and he's not there.
Damn it.
Oh, Elowen.
One
Hello.
sec. I need to Google how to hinge your DM. What the fuck?
Right, what I'd say on the start of your round, because of what you've just seen, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's just
Alright.
rude.
This won't count towards your turn,
Okay.
but I have a DC in my head, and if you don't roll above it, then
8.
you fall unconscious. Not 0 hit points unconscious. You just pass out.
I mean, I've only got 4, so we were close anyway.
Oh shit! I didn't even check the D&D Beyond. You guys are low, aren't you?
I didn't either.
Well,
I
some
wanted
of
to
you
know, I
are.
was like, oh,
Rob, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud.
I'm gonna be really proud when this is over.
Right, sorry, that's the end of your turn. Okay, Tad.
great question, Gary. Great question.
Do you have roll to damage when you
Okay.
hit your DM?
So, okay. So So I saw a flash of light.
Huh?
So many things just happened.
Bird got stabbed with a harpoon.
And, she,
is
and
bleeding
she's
out next to
down
me.
next to you. Yeah.
And then I look up and Elowin is just on the ground.
Yeah, she's just passed out on the floor.
Sick. Okay. Cool. Cool.
It's a regular Sunday afternoon.
Just a super chill, right? Yeah. Okay.
You're at the farmer's market, one friend's dead, the other one's...
Right. The other's just has a harpoon through her gut.
Dying.
And that's not great.
Clear.
Uh-huh. Sorry, dying.
Okay.
Yes, my bad. 2 more chances.
Okay. Looking through my inventory, do I have...
No, we're really bad at potions.
I feel
We
like
have
Joseph
one.
in his Technical Dream Coat started with similar lyrics, a flash of light.
Okay.
We have 1 healing potion, and I think Tad's holding it.
I am. That is
Yes,
correct.
you are.
Drink it.
So...
In a fit
Sure.
of rage, he smashes it on the ground.
Apply giving to bird, is that going to be an action or a bonus action?
I'll let you do that as a bonus action.
Beautiful. Okay, so I will walk over, just open her mouth, just dump it all just at the same time. Do like the swirl at first so it comes out faster.
You
And just
strawpedo it into her mouth.
Yep, exactly. So that's 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Okay.
All my plastic dice are away in a box, so I've only got my fancy metal dice today.
Perfect.
Okay.
My wallet's too small for my 50s, and my diamond shoes are too tight.
So big rolls, 5 hit points total.
Okay, you
to
are up.
you.
You are hurt. You have a javelin through your stomach, and you are bleeding, but you're conscious.
And then I'm going to take a shot with my short bow
Yeah, you are.
at the guy. This is loud. Okay.
As Travis would call him,
plus-
fish fuck.
Why did I
Ooh,
put a special
13 plus 7, so 20 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. And including sneak attack, I'm going to roll it all at the same time. So that's 1d6 plus 5 plus 2d6. That's real good. That's 17 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yes. Okay.
What a turn.
Okay. So I literally, as soon as I see, I'm like lifting her head up and just pouring it in, and real quick, and I see her eyes kind of settle or open. I spin around and just one spell, like quick thing. It goes. I like to think it goes right, kind of grazes Isha's hair, and goes right through its skull, and it collapses.
Yeah, this is another like Robin Hood Prince of Thieves moment. So as you turn from putting the bottle to Bird's lips, you've already got the arrow in your hand. You drop
Already
the bottle, grab the bow, and it fires. Isha, you turn your head just as you see the arrow just graze past your right ear. Your hair flicks up as the arrow goes through, and then the camera just like pans back slightly, and we see a hole appear through the creature's head, and then we see Isha's face, and then we see Tad's face in the background, just still holding the bow to his face. And then it slowly
Perfect.
drops as the creature is stunned and killed on the floor before you.
Badass.
Delete.
Yes, delete.
Right, guys, we're out of initiative order. So,
Okay.
you know
Oh,
the
good.
situation. I'm just going to switch screens.
Can I? How do I be not unconscious?
Yeah. I'm running over to.
I'm gonna
Elwyn.
cast Cure Wounds
Well,
on her.
this isn't unconscious due to hit point lack of. hit points. This is
Yeah, but we don't
unconscious
know
due to a trauma, but no, you don't know that at all. So
I'm just gonna
what are
lay
you
there
guys
for
doing?
a minute.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Elowen
Okay.
for.
Isha's going straight to Bird. And Isha's gonna say, "This is gonna hurt," and he's going to pull the harpoon out.
Huh? No, push it. No, don't pull it.
But he's going to use healing hands and pump 2d4 into Bird.
All right. So Tad, you just turn around as Isha just runs up, grabs hold of the javelin, yank. You see Viscera just fly onto the pavement in front of you. But then he kneels down and you give her
4. Oh, sweet. That's max. Yeah, 8 heal points.
So you get 8. So you get 8 back as you watch the wound that just got ripped open, just slowly starts to close slightly. As Bird's like scooping the blood up off the pavement to try and get it back into her. Right, guys. So
Pavement blood.
your little wide-eyed friend is on the ground.
Yeah, I just cured her for 13 hit points.
Okay, so take the heal. You're still unconscious.
Okay, I try to shake her.
Yeah, seeing that not work, Tad goes over as well.
All right. So so you have a shaker. Make a strength check, Opal.
Seven.
He's not waking up. You got hold of his shoulders and you're literally just rocking her over on the side on the cobblestones below her. Her eyes are still
Okay,
closed.
I put her head in my lap, and I'm trying to like just brush her head until someone else can help.
Okay, Tad,
Guys, this isn't working.
Tad, what are you doing?
I'm gonna.
What happened? I'm gonna try to get up and we can head over there.
She just.
Yeah, I think
she
Isha
fell.
and Bird are going to go together.
She went down, and I healed her, and she's not getting up.
Well, let's at least get her out of the street. And
Yeah. Where's?
Isha's going to pick Elowen up as gently as he can, and we're going to go back to the inn. Or at least he wants to go back to where like the safe house is.
You're gonna go back to the Crooked Tower. All right.
Yes.
So you gently cradle lift Elowen up. Isha, you doing that?
Yeah, I figured I would be the one to pick her up.
So you cradle lift her up. Yes.
Can I do like a perception check of the area just to see like
Yeah.
if something like hit her, like if there's like a dart
Try
or
to figure
anything,
it
or
out.
any sign of like anything around her?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Do you mind if I do investigation at the same time?
Where are you investigating?
Similar.
She's
just
bleeding
up-
still. I can't.
Well,
I can't
investigating
go.
is specifically in a specific area rather than perception just being like an overall sort of look round. So are you next
her
to
person.
her person? Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, natural 17
Ooh.
plus things. 21 total.
21 total. And Bird, what do you get?
I didn't see anything.
I ain't seen shit. 21. What are you specifically looking for on the investigation check?
Any injuries, any like poisons, any like, hey, did she get like taken out somehow from like some either spell
Did
or
a falling brick hit her head, maybe?
Right. Is she just knocked out? Like what is happening here?
Well, you notice that you obviously noticed that she's unconscious. She is breathing. She is a little bit better than what she once was now. The healing has sort of taken effect on what people have given her. She is injured. You don't see any, apart from hers, you don't see any weapons around. You don't see any extraneous weapons from other creatures. You don't see any projectiles that have been thrown. No loose rocks have fallen from rooftops around her. There's no odd-looking footsteps. With a 21, it's quite a good roll. There's no more disturbance around her foot-wise than you would expect. What you also notice is you don't see Creel.
Guys, where's Kriya?
What,
kinda just go
what do
around
you
the corner.
mean, where's Creel? He's back at the tower.
Sure. Okay. Weird he didn't say anything. Okay.
What do
As
you
I'm
mean? He
walking
wasn't even
next
here.
As I'm walking next to Isha, I tell him, suddenly Elowen looked very scared, and then she fell. And I don't know what happened, but I'm worried about her.
Tab, with a 21, what I will also say is that if you've moved all the way over to where Elwyn was on our map, like sort of like 10 feet behind her, you see what looks like a indented groove mark in one of the very smooth stones, in like a curve pattern, like this. It looks out of place, if you know what I mean.
Isha's gonna go back to Opal and say, "It's okay. We got her now. She's safe. We just gotta make sure she's comfortable now. Figure out what's going on with her."
I can help you with that.
This feels weird. Okay. Let's go. I'm sure he's there. It'll be fine.
So, as you all, Bird, are you coming with?
Yeah.
Yep. So as you all head off down that street back towards the Cookie Tower Inn, you've got Elwyn. You're carrying Elwyn in your arms. You, looking round now, very, very perceptive on all of you. You're just like every alleyway you pass, you're looking down there. You're being incredibly careful. As your attention is slightly taken around from the behind you and downwards and not directly in front of you, you run straight into Bulgus, who is charging towards you. He manages to stop just before he starts. He rams into you because he probably would have knocked a couple of you over. And he says, "Where's Creel?"
What do you mean, where's Creel? He's supposed to be with you.
I mean what I said. He left. He said he was coming to help you guys.
Why would he leave?
He was here. He was helping, but he's not.
Yeah, he was
thought maybe he
behind
went
us.
back.
I
Was
thought
he?
he walked away
I'm
when...
sorry. I didn't even notice he was there.
Where the hell is he?
We gotta wake up Elowen. Maybe she knows.
He looks at you, Isha, and he sees that Ellen is unconscious in your arms. He walks over and he just literally takes her from you.
I don't want that to happen. Isha's going to be very protective over Elowen.
Okay, I would say make a contested strength check against the ogre. Sorry, orc.
That's a natural 20.
Damn. Yeah, he rolled a 10.
Very protective over Elowen.
So you wrap your arms and sort of like shoulder barge him backwards. He just jumps back about 10 feet and he sort of realizes, okay. So he looks back at you again, Isha, and just says, all right. I was going to try and help her.
I mean, no disrespect, but we just met.
Wait.
He walks over to her and he slaps her in the face. Straight across the face with a huge hand. And as he does that, her eyes pop open. I've seen this happen too many times. People are drunk on the ground. I pick them up, knock them around the head, they wake up. That's all I was going to do, and he backs up.
Opal gets very indignant. She was not drunk.
So I'm
worked though, didn't it?
I'm conscious now?
So you're now awake. You're groggy as hell.
Okay.
But
how far have we gotten from where we were?
60, 80 feet. You can still see behind you the
good.
the place where the portal came in.
I shove away from Isha and sprint towards where I saw the portal.
Okay.
And
Or it's following.
Yeah,
hyperventilating. While I'm sprinting, I'm casting message to Creel. And I say, midnight, this is morning, can you hear me?
There's no response.
When I get to the spot where the portal was, can I see the indent that Ted saw?
You see an unnatural groove in the floor that isn't on any of the other stones surrounding it, which, when the arcane power hit the ground, it caused this mark. When the portal closed, that's what it left behind.
Okay. She's... My watch is like, your heart rate is too high. Chill out.
Siri, shut up and play D&D.
Put your hand on Owen and says, what happened? You went white and then you went to the ground.
Elowen says... I saw Demelza take Creel. And saying it out loud, it's like... she just gets hit all at once with the fact that, like, the whole reason she was hiding for 5 years was so that Demelza couldn't hurt someone else she cared about. The only reason she left hiding was to save Creel. And he was safe before she got here. And she just starts sobbing uncontrollably.
Opal just hugs her.
What are the rest of you doing at this point?
We'll find him.
I want to get down, like, on my knees, eye level, and kind of grab Elowen. Just like, this is not your fault. We are going to figure it out. Let it out. We're in this together no matter what now.
Bulgus just walks up behind you all and says, he puts a friendly hand on Isha's shoulder to apologize for trying to snatch Elowen in the first place. Just says, guys, we should get off the street. Can we go inside?
Isha also apologizes and says, I get the sense that you protect your own, so I hope you understand.
Wait, we can't leave. What if there's something here that we are not seeing? Can anybody...
Can I make an Arcana check on...
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Yeah, go for it.
I think I can detect magic.
It was a portal?
Oh no, I can't.
I think.
You don't have Detect Magic now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do Detect Magic. That's my one artificer spell.
Is that a ritual?
No, I'm not gonna ritual it.
You just have a spell slot for it.
Yeah, I have a spell slot for up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
DM,
yes, sir.
How many of the creatures are left on the street? I know a couple dove into the water.
There are three. One slipped back into the water, but the other three are currently left. Like the flesh are sloughing off their bones as we talk.
Could Isha investigate their bodies for anything of like notes or something that kind of like where they came from, like what the deal was?
Absolutely. Roll an investigation check.
Well, okie dokie.
I rolled a 14 Arcana. I'm not expecting much. But...
Investigation was +2.
Just on the area itself, or specifically on that groove on the floor?
The groove on the floor.
Groove on the floor.
Isha rolled an 8.
An 8. Okay, so I'll go to you first. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Why?
I'm going to turn my camera off for 1 second. I'll be back shortly.
Opal, right, so hang on. I've got 3 people to go for. Yeah, Isha, I'll do you first. With an 8, what you find is these creatures... I know the cameras have just shifted around, haven't they? Oh, there we go. With an 8, you find that a very familiar substance is clinging to the flesh of these creatures that you've seen before. There's a black ichor coming off these creatures. Tad, with a 14 Arcana check, you do recollect that there is a remnant of arcane crackle just left in that groove. It's not quite cool yet. It's just a little bit warm, and there's a tiny little bit of an essence left. But you don't know which school of magic it is or what actually caused it yet. Opal, you did cast Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Right, what you pick up is Conjuration Magic.
From the groove?
From the groove. Specifically, Conjuration Magic used for transportation.
Guys, there was transportation here. Someone, I don't know, portal, something conjured. Something was conjured here. Transportation, I mean, Elowen's right.
She took him.
Elowen, you while you're on the ground in a state, you just get the just faintest whiff of something that only you really would recognize. It's something called fallow leaf, and it's a leaf that grows in Acalia that they make a delicate perfume from, and that's the perfume that your sister used to wear.
That's just rude.
He's a good DM.
Yeah, would I know? Would I know if it's something that she would have to be able to go home, be in contact with home regularly to have?
Well, she could carry the leaf with her and make the scent or fragrance while she's on the road. You don't know.
Okay. She's just gonna look at Tad because she caught that relationship with Creole, and just say, I'm sorry. And she's kind of gonna shut down for a second. And you can see she's not monochromatic, but it's almost like she's desaturated a little bit. Like something's a little bit off.
Yeah, the color's gone from the cheeks. The glow in the halo's got a little lower. She's very much a mood ring of a being. If she's happy and glowy, then she's literally happy and glowy. But if something happens, she diminishes slightly. What are you guys doing?
We probably still need to get off the street.
Yeah, Vargas is right. We should get back somewhere relatively safe and figure out our next steps.
Well, Vargas is still standing there, and he just says, "He said, come back to the tower."
I'm gonna respond to Elowen after a pause.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not blaming you, but I need you to tell me exactly what you saw. Quickly, please.
Elowen, you hear a voice that you haven't heard before.
The farther he gets. We need to go now. Find some way to fix it. It's not your fault. But I need you to talk now.
She's not 100% sure if she's willing to trust Tad in this moment, because...
All right, okay. Tad, make a persuasion check, and Elowen either make a deception or... Yeah, deception check.
Oh boy.
My charisma's not good.
15.
18. 19 minus 1.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's good.
As much as you, Elowen, as much as you try to keep the walls up, for one, the intrigue of hearing a voice that you've never heard before come out of Tad's mouth, and an insistence and a strength that isn't normally vocally there with him, sort of breaks through the barrier, and you feel compelled to answer his questions.
And you see his hands are shaking. You see him, any semblance of charm, any semblance of like, hey, his normal happy is gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's in that same zone of like, there's nothing else. Okay. She says, I'm trying to think what order to do this in. She says, I heard a hum. I heard her voice. And I turned around and she had him halfway through, and then the portal closed already. Tad, how do you know him?
Krill and I go way back. Far. Very far. I don't feel like this is the time. A couple of years after I got here, and I finally was able to fly again, I spent time traveling. I stole from the wrong people. They came after me. He saved me. He stopped them. He taught me to fight. Could always steal, of course, but then as he's talking, that was never a problem. Hiding was always fine. It was never an issue. Stealing was always never a problem. It was, but I got cornered. And I was knocked unconscious, bleeding out. When I woke up, the group who had come after me, who were gonna kill me, were all dead. And he took me under his wing, taught me to fight, made me a sword. Is the only reason I'm alive today, more than just that occasion. That's the shortened, really short version. It doesn't feel like it's
okay. It's okay. I just...
Sorry to interrupt, but just as you finish talking, you instinctually just place your hands on the handles of the daggers, just quickly, and you just hear a phrase in your head. It says, "If you're looking for your weapons, they're safely stored away." In Creel's voice.
Yeah.
I think he's safe physically. I think he's safe because I don't think she would... It's not about him, it's about me. And her whole thing is to... so she wouldn't hurt him unless I was there to see it, because there wouldn't be any point. We need to find him. I don't even know how she found us.
What are the rest of you guys
I don't know how she
doing
found us.
at this time? Actually, everyone, as the conversation seems to have come to a slight close, just everyone make a perception check for me, please.
10.
10.
Just
10.
What'd you get, Shelby?
Oh, that one, baby.
Both of you? No.
10.
Opal?
9.
Holy hell.
Any die I roll has been
We're a
terrible.
little distracted.
Yeah,
they-
we're
they-
emotionally compromised.
Roll has been bad.
some things have happened, you know. Just taking a
Yeah.
breath. Tad, another thing that he said to you recently just rings through your mind as you just start to haphazardly look around. And you notice where you're currently stood, the alleyway off to the left-hand side, there is a marking on one of the bricks that you read in a language that no one else can understand as help this way.
Oh.
I look up. I catch it. The longer we wait, the farther he'll get. There's people here that he trusted, that he told me I can trust.
Let's go.
And I'm gonna just get up and kind of gather. Now, let's be clear. These aren't people to be trifled with. These are criminals, murderers, people who have done bad things. Now, I'm comfortable. I don't want you all to have to go in and have these conversations. I'm going. Just want to put that out there. If anyone wants to stay back. And I start going. I walk down the alleyway.
Okay, you walk down the alleyway. Can I get a marching order, please?
Tad up
Second.
front.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm locked in on right now is Tad said someone can help and left. So I'm following him as fast as possible.
Yeah, you're on primal things now, just like
Yeah.
Help, not help. Help. Okay, I'll follow that guy.
Mhm.
All right, so Tad,
Just gonna.
Elwyn.
Isha wants to know if Bird can walk. Like, are you good? Can you
Yeah.
walk?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
We're good. We're in this.
So who's following
I'm
Elwyn?
gonna.
I've got Tad,
I
Elwyn,
want
and
to
then
be between Isha and Bird, somewhere in between them.
right. So I'll put Isha in the middle, and I'll pull.
Yeah, that's
Bird,
fine.
do you want to be in the back? You
Yeah,
said
Isha's
you
gonna be
just
in
had
the
a
back.
javelin through the stomach.
Isha's going to the back.
Yeah, Bird's go in there, then I'll pull, then Isha the back.
First one in, last one out. That's
Bring
his
it up the caboose. Right, Tad, you start to almost instinctually just like start to travel down these back alleyways. You don't notice every single one, but you are picking up on like a direction this way sort of markers as you go down these alleyways. I'd like you, as you turn the next corner on the right, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Let's see. Oh, okay. 14.
Yeah, you could roll a 2 and it would be all right.
Yeah.
Pretty much. 14. You just stop as a just very plain, very boring looking, almost like rusted, very short dagger just ding, 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 just off the floor in front of you. It came from your left. As you look up, make a perception check, please.
10.
He's in the shadows above on a gantry low roof, but you can see a figure. You can see a horned figure. These horns are curling backwards and then back round towards the front. You don't see any eyes, but you see a humanoid figure crouched. You do see one hand gripping over the edge of the rooftop, just into where the light is casting on it. And you see white, pale skin and black fingernails. And then you hear a voice.
Oh.
Sorry. Then you hear a voice. Well, you barely missed that. Are you the person I'm supposed to find? And he leaps down in front of you and lands on the ground ahead of you. And what you see is someone who's much, much taller than you. You see a pale white tiefling with jet black eyes. He's got white, long hair that goes back in between his horns. His horns go from a white, pale, all the way through to black at the very tips, as does his tail, which is swishing behind him. The very end of his tail just peaks to a black tip. He wears a purple leather jacket with the collar raised. Underneath, he wears a white tunic top, and you see around his neck there is a leather strap and a silver ring embedded with a blue jewel. And he stands there quite nonchalantly and just says, "So you got my message? Hello. What's your
Hello.
name?"
What's yours?
Make a persuasion check.
No, what's your name? I asked first.
3.
Oh,
I
man.
asked first.
No, that's fair. Name is Tad. Tad Danger, specifically.
What about the rest of your merry band? I can see them hiding back there. Hello. Don't be afraid.
Their names aren't as important as this conversation. I can promise you that, my friend.
Oh, make an intimidation check. Damn.
Okay, better. Better. Damn it, it's still -1. 16.
Yeah, still hits it.
Yeah.
Well,
Come on, Tad.
I'm intrigued. Talk.
I was told by a very trusted mutual friend of ours that you were one to trust, that the guild was one to trust here. Our mutual friend has run into some trouble, and we need some assistance.
He cocks
And
his
I'm
head.
just going to
Sorry.
show the bottom of the letter, just the signature itself. Like covering everything else, just the logo.
Just make another perception check for me.
Come on. Are you fucking kidding?
Bruh.
3.
3.
I'm standing right behind
I've
him
rolled
with.
2 4s. I've rolled 2 4s and -1 each, and it's not.
Put that dice in jail.
I know for real. I need to just yeah.
Yeah, a minute. As you reach down and you hold the letter up, as you look down to grab the letter and hold it up, you notice now that he's already holding one of your daggers. And he's looking at the pommel and the symbol etched into the edge of the pommel itself, and he's sort of twirling it around his fingers. So he just cocks his head to the side and looks at you and says, "Yes, I know him. I also saw him disappear through a big, shiny circle. I saw you battle the Nor on the docks. I was about to jump down and help when I saw that portal arrive, and then I thought different. But I've been watching you from the rooftops. The people I represent are very dangerous, as I'm sure you're aware, but they all know Mr. Vargas. We're called the Shadow Brand. And if you want entry, there's a little test I'd like to put you through. See, we can't just grab any Tom, Dick, or Harry off the street and let them join our guild. That's not how it works. I understand you've just been through something. But my superiors would hang me in a second if I just dragged you down into the depths and walked you into their audience chamber. Are you game?
Name it.
Let's get off the street, shall we? That tall, green-looking chap who's standing behind you, does he know somewhere we can go to talk? And Bulgus, who's still following you, walks forward and says, "Yeah, follow me." And he starts to head back in the direction of the Crooked Tavern.
I'll take that dagger back as well. That's it. Nice thing.
He's just walking past you. Bearing in mind, this guy's like 5'7", so he's towering above you. So as he walks past, he just sort of like dips in his step and just passes the dagger back down to you and says, "Nice blade." As he walks past John Spalgus. So, do you all follow the? By the way, if you hadn't noticed, I like tieflings, so there may be a few in this game.
He's so cool.
Happens.
You don't know his name yet.
I'm like, Elowen's suspicious, but I'm fangirling real hard over here. Let's crime! New friend! This is great!
Oh, Tad, sorry. As he walks past and he hands the dagger down to you, you're sort of like belt level to him, and you see this very ornate ivory and platinum handle just hanging from his belt. You gonna try it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Gotta get him back on that. Different dice.
Come on, Rogue. Come on, Rogue.
Rogue things.
Ted is gonna be covered in knives by the end of this campaign.
That's not the look of a person who, or is it? Is he poker facing me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, one?
For a total
Of 27.
yeah. 10 total.
10 total.
But
He rolled an 11.
Fuck.
Perception.
Alright.
He just bats your hand away, looks down at you, and just winks a little bit, and then carries on walking.
Can't call him fault me
You
for
made
trying.
a friend.
Did we?
Tad did. I don't know about y'all.
So, is everyone else following
Is it
this strange little new white skinned chap?
Yes.
Not little,
Immediately.
he's quite tall
Yeah.
compared to you guys.
Over here.
So, Bulgus leads you back to the Crooked Tower Inn via the same entrance that you started to enter when you first met Creel via the back. The two guards are still standing there. As you go through, you go down the same stairs that you walked in behind the shelving unit, and you walk into the hidden room downstairs with the cot that once held Creel Vargas inside it. Everyone files in. And Bulgus says, well, you won't be heard down here, but I know I'm not part of this conversation, so just knock when you want to come out. And he shuts the door behind him.
Stand up, guy.
So your new white-skinned friend just starts to look around, sees the cot, sees the disturbance in the middle of the cot. turns back to you all. So, I have a proposition for you. This is your right of entry, as it were. There is a nobleman in town by the name of Everett Drust, a dangerous gambler, thief, and smuggler. He goes by the alias of Reeve Sansonet, a member of the city council and the head of the Merchants Guild. He's also liaison to the Choral Guard. He's positioned himself within the city's infrastructure to be invaluable. This gentleman stole an item from us. Or hired someone to steal from us. It's an ancient artifact of great power. It's a dagger called the Blade of Broken Mirrors. A holy weapon believed once to belong to Tharazdun, the god of madness. Our leader Aiden found this relic and used it as a symbol to create the Shadow Brand. Until now, the Brand have been unable to retake the artifact due to the amount of protection he has, paid mercenaries. And the fact that some of us have been recognized. Not all have the ability to change their visage on a whim, and you see as he clicks his fingers, he alters his image to look exactly like Isha. And then he clicks his fingers again and he alters his image to look exactly like Bird. And then he kneels down and clicks his fingers and alters his image to look slightly like Opal. And then stands back up again and clicks again and it's back to the white tiefling. Sansonet will never report us. It might draw too much attention to him, but he knows that he has us beaten for now. He has a residence in the Chamber Ward not far from the Mayor's mansion. Rather modest by appearance, but the Brand are assured that there are tunnels and caverns below the residence that hold many more secrets. Fresh faces and a new approach might be just what we need to succeed. Aiden, our leader, will be most appreciative of the Blade's return and would offer the Brand's assistance to you whenever you need it. Sansonet imports and smuggles arms and rare toxins to the mainland of Cliffspear, to thugs, bandits, and criminals. He is rumored to be in league with a horde of goblins that have slipped over the Voiceless Peak Mountains from Gremok and taken Draenac Tower. Once home to mages, and now evil lurks there. We need to take this artifact back. And if he knows he's vulnerable to attack, he might halt his dealings. So far we've been unsuccessful in this venture, but I think you might be the gang to do it. What do you say?
What's the timeline?
As soon as you're ready, we can move.
Just quick glances around the party. Okay.
Yeah.
Do what we gotta do.
If we do this, when we do this, I expect full unwavering support from the guild.
Make another intimidation check.
I don't know which dice to use.
I'd say with advantage now, because this guy's got 5 faces staring at him that are sort of within, like, looking in support of you.
Yeah, Paul's like, how can you say no to those cheeks?
Ooh, okay. 17 minus 1. 16. First one was a 12. So.
If you do this, the Shadow Brand will be at your beck and call. We look after our own, and those we deem worthy. You're yet to prove yourself, but I have a feeling you might. I'm coming with you. So you'll have a friendly face on that side. Shall we dance?
What should I call you? What should we call you, I should say?
He smiles and says, call me Lynx. And he bangs on the door. Bulgus opens it up. You guys ready to go?
We're ready.
Are we sure we're ready?
Yes.
Are you sure? Now, guys, just to let you know, you can take a short rest, which I don't think you've done yet through this campaign, in order to regain hit points, and in order to, I'm not sure actually if you can recoup spell slots. Actually, no, warlocks can.
Warlocks do.
I was going to
Yeah.
trance anyway in that.
On a,
so
on
I
a short
would get
rest.
longer.
Oh, you can get for 4 hours. Yeah, well, the short rest is only 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
Or it's up to you. You can decide to take a long rest, heal up completely, and then go later on. I mean, the day is still young. It's
I
only
am
it's only
on
about it's only about
that.
2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. You did a fight in daylight.
Do we have a plan? Do we need to plan? Should we talk about it?
Elowin is not going to volunteer to spend more time waiting. So unless the group says the only way we can accomplish this is if we take a minute and get our resources together, she's out the door after Lynx.
I'm concerned because I have no healing left. I have no spell slots left. I can only do cantrips at this time.
Lynx turns around and just comes back in the room as he can sort of sense a bit of unease and says, we're not breaking in right now. We're going to scope out the place, do some reconnaissance, see how many guards he has, what patterns they use. He's got paid mercenaries that guard his property 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so we need to find the chink in his armor. Now, if some of you are not feeling the best, maybe you can wait and rest. Those who want to come and have a quick look now, let's go.
Okay.
Tad's gonna.
I'm down.
go.
I'm down to go check it out. I was not down to go in.
Yeah. Above table, I want to take a long rest.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
character, she's not going to waste a second that she could be getting him. Both because she doesn't want to wait to get him and because she's a master compartmentalizer, but her compartments are full and she knows she's going to lose it the second she stops and thinks about all of this. So she's going and she's going to put her skills to use however she can.
Opal's down for information. Always down for information.
Okay.
If,
Or, you know what? I think
if
Elwyn is going to look at Tad, because this is his world, and ask what he thinks we should all do. Because if we all go, that could be worse than, but then, like, I have good perception.
See, I'm wondering if Opal should stay behind and
I
rest,
think
because she's not stealthy at all. She could screw up a reconnaissance mission real quick.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're splitting the party.
I'm going, and when I see behind your eyes that you're going,
If you think it will help.
you can see shit that I have never noticed before in a way that's kind of wild. So, sure. beyond that, a larger group is going to be more of a hindrance than an asset. Not to say that you can't, I'm not going to stop anybody, but just for this first stage, it might be better to utilize just the skills of those who have done this before.
I'll stay behind. I'll see if there's some information I can find here. Maybe there's blueprints.
Exactly. There's things like records, blueprints, who owns what, find information, access information on the target as well. He's a public figure, right?
I'll say keep Opal company. I should probably rest.
You still have a hole in your stomach, right?
I did go down pretty hard.
Yeah.
What's the orc's name again?
Bulgus.
Bulgus?
Bulgus. Could you get our friend the mayor to pay me a visit, by chance?
Of course.
Great. Then I'll stay here with Opal. Maybe I can get... They said the noble lives near the mayor's house, and there's underground things. The mayor should have those blueprints that Opal would want to see.
Isha?
Isha is deep in thought right now, trying to like weigh all the options, and in character, he is absolutely not going to let Elwyn or Tad go by themselves, because he's already lost Creel and he needs to be there. So he's going 100%.
Adopted kids party, let's go!
Opal gives everyone a hug individually, sneaking in, hugging everyone. Good luck.
Lynx just turns around and says, "Do I get one?"
Yes.
So you're hugging around his knees.
Yes.
And then he's like flips around, almost like pirouettes, and then says, "Okay, everyone come into the party, follow me," and he skips up the stairs. His tail's swishing behind him.
You guys, we had so many conversations and none of them are happening.
I knew that was going to happen.
We worked so hard this week to be prepared. It's all going to shit. I love it.
I just realized I have to talk to that James Spader guy.
You
The voice
do.
I
You
hate
asked
the
for it.
most.
It was he.
And I asked for it. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so we've got team reconnaissance and team information, shall we call it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Recon research, baby.
Recon research. Right, we're gonna go with information guys first. So as Lynx disappears up the stairway, followed by Elwyn, Isha, and Tad, it leaves Bird and Opal in the room on their own. Bulgus is still stood there and says, "I'll go and fetch Bryn. Just you wait here. Close the door behind you when I go." And he darts up the stairs.
Opal tries really hard to push the door closed.
Make a strength check.
10.
10.
10.
You kind of get it into position almost, but there's still a little crack there. You're a bit distracted because as you turn around, you can see literally the divot in the bed where Creel was sleeping literally like 2 hours ago. You also see on the table next to the bed, there's one of the rings that he used to wear in his ear. It's still there. Oh.
I'm going to go pick that up and put it on.
For those of you who want to know what this guy looks like,
Don't tell me that.
there he is.
Art.
Oh, of course there is.
Fake Daddy.
Fake Daddy.
Aw.
Oh, I thought you meant the tiefling. I was like, oh.
Oh, no. That will come in due time, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, but this is Creel, so this is what you loved and lost. I'm sorry.
Rob.
That's
Enough.
fucking rude.
Right, he's gone.
Okay, so
I'm busy.
I'm gonna come get Opal a hand with the door.
Make a strength check.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's correct.
Gacked.
12.
Yeah, you get it. The other little like foot it needs to just to close.
Perfect.
So you're now very secure in a room. You think?
And then now Bird is also realizing that she's in a room alone with Opal, probably for the first time, but also since the necklace thing happened, which I'm realizing just now. And I was like,
Oh shit! Yeah.
A lot has happened this morning, and I know some of it involved me. Are you okay with this?
I don't blame you, Bird.
I
don't blame you at all. I know that I know you're good. And I know that you wouldn't trap my grandma. But we've got to figure out a way to get her out. Put her. I don't know that I've told you how she passed. I was starting to get worried about her. Things were weird, and so I stayed the night at her house, and heard a commotion, and I went in, and there was a guy over her bed, slit her throat, and jumped out the window.
Oh my God.
And that was the first time that was when I found out I had magic. That was the first time it manifested, I guess. From my readings, that's the word I keep finding. But there was no necklace there. At least not that I know. So I mean, I don't blame you at all. It's that guy. And I pull out that picture of the symbol. I found that in her let me find it.
You have it?
Somewhere, Rob. Gotta find it. In my, where is it? If you can pull it up faster.
I don't think I can. Not to show on stream anyway, because it's not locked into OBS. There it is.
I found this in Grandma's house. I don't know what it is. I'm wondering if she's part of something that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Bird, roll a history check.
Okie history. No, ma'am.
I know that she worked with Creel, and he stopped by, gave her necklace back, but I don't remember it being cursed. When she wore it all the time. After Mr. Creel just stopped by, I was there when he came by.
17.
17.
History.
You don't know. You thought you had it, but then it slipped. It does have similar sort of construction markings to the symbol that you saw for the blind.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's different.
Well, here's my thinking. Go downstairs. Here's my
The
thinking.
multitasking is fantastic, by the way.
Here's my thinking. If we go through with this criminal organization, they might have information.
That's very true, Bird.
So
They may.
She kind of like holds the rock. I got myself into this. I wanted magic and I wanted adventure, and that sounded fun, and I was a child. And now I have magic and I have adventure, and I'm putting you guys in danger.
No, Mommy, that's actually it. I lean in close and I whisper to her, I go, Did you make a deal? I read about those.
I can't answer that.
Oh, Bird.
If your grandma is trapped in the stone, or if it was just a trick,
do you think we could switch the soul?
That sounds... I'm not sure I would know how to do that. I'm not sure I'd be willing. Well, willing.
Like if we killed a creature and somehow switched it with Grandma's soul, it'd still be a soul, right?
It's
I'll have to
all...
find a book.
Yeah, it's all very confusing. I had no idea that this is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm not sure I want to do it.
Rob, would people know how to break a pact?
How to break a pact?
Yeah, like is there a way to do that? Like, would Opal know? Because she's read a lot about magic.
Well, this is less really about magic and more about religion, really, and
okay,
that sort of thing. I mean, you can make a. I'd say just make a standard intelligence roll. Just D20 add your intelligence modifier and proficiency if it works for you.
Plus proficiency? Where's my proficiency?
If you would normally add it to an intelligence roll, then add it. If not, then just add the modifier itself.
I got an 11. Like, it's probably
nah. Yeah, I mean, rumors, whispers,
Yeah.
Voices in the wind have passed you and said that there are
in the margin.
Yeah, notes in the margin. Yeah, people have broken pacts in the past, but you've no idea how, and you also don't know the consequences of that wrought on the people who broke the pacts either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do understand that the pact with another entity is something of extreme importance and would be very difficult to break, and if it was broken without the correct means, then that would wreak untold havoc onto the person who made that pact initially. So danger, Will Robinson is just like flashing around your head, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. I think, let's say I went into a shop and I bought or made an agreement to borrow a vacuum. Not a vacuum, Jesus Christ. Shut up. I agreed. I made an agreement. And if your grandma's at risk, I don't want to do anything to harm you or her. So I would rather you save your grandma and I will figure it out after that.
Opal reaches out, puts her hand on Bird's knee, and says, "We'll figure this out, Bird. We'll both get what we need."
As that happens, as that happens, Bird, in your head,
I said about. Go ahead.
I need 3. He needs 3. There he goes.
Needs 3. Great.
Opal, when that was going on, as you touched it, you actually felt Bird physically vibrate.
What was that, Bird?
I'm in trouble, and you don't need to worry about it.
But Bird's
It's on
my
me.
friend.
I appreciate that. It's on me.
We'll figure this out. We'll get Creel back. We'll get you what you need. We'll figure this out. And she gives
Pause.
Bird
Give Bez a hug, yeah. Okay. It's all right. We're going to pause there. We're going to switch now to Team Reconnaissance. So, as your new best friend, the white-skinned tiefling, leaves the premises at the back of the Crooked Tower Inn, he turns immediately to the left. I'd like everyone to roll a stealth check, please. So this is happening simultaneously as a previous conversation.
15.
18.
Nice.
$23.
23. So, like shadows down the alleyway. Lynx actually stops and turns around for a second just to make sure you're still there and said, "Oh, sorry, I lost you for a second." Turns back around and just starts to hover off. You can't see me. So, through alleyways, you then see him like dart up a drain pipe and take a roof. So I'd like, if you want to follow him, I'd like everyone to make an athletics check, please. See if you can follow him up onto the roof. No, sorry, acrobatics. Acrobatics.
Can I help? Can I give Elwyn the help action by like tossing her up there?
Well,
of
I
course you
got
can.
an 18.
Okay. I don't know.
Blade
I
Bros.
interpreted-
You put the hand out and she just...
The disrespect. No, I appreciate it.
I'm just gonna
I've
fly
had a
up.
rough.
I figured Tad would fly up. Oh,
I
that's
take the
24.
help because I don't want you to feel like he's not doing anything helpful.
Yeah, precisely. As a nice gesture. Yeah, Tad just...
I am just gonna fly up, but I also rolled a 25 acrobatics, so it looks really good.
Fuck you.
What you actually do is you plane shift sideways, walk up the wall
Oh,
because your wings are propelling you upwards.
Can Isha and I just roll our eyes at each other?
Well, Lynx is just at the top now, just with his coal, just going, "Oh my."
I gotta show off my cool new friend.
So cool.
That is some skill.
Very
you
stealth.
have.
Much cool. Wow.
Isha, what did you roll on acrobatics?
On acrobatics, it was a 21.
21. Okay.
With
So with
athletics,
like
it was a 24.
with like
So-
three pulls of your hand, you just like drag yourself up the fireman's pole. And you're up on a roof.
Mhm.
Darts across the roof. Just make another. No, actually no. With those acrobatics roll, you leap over the gap on the next roof, land very deftly with those nice stealth rolls, and get to the edge of the next roof and sort of like quietly skid to a stop. So ahead of you, what you can see is the mayoral mansion. And you actually see Mr. Brincollier coming out of the front door and leaving that mansion and heading towards back where you just came. To the left of that, you see a series of smaller buildings. Sort of like linked like an L shape with a triangle sort of cross section to make it one big triangle building with a gap in the middle, like a courtyard in the middle. And across from there are two identical buildings, one of which is fence lined and is being walked around by several guards. So Lynx takes a look over the edge. He says, the one on the right, that's our baby. I know they change the guards at dusk and at dawn. And I don't know if they switch up the patrols for more people or less people. So it may be an idea if we just hold our position and see what happens for a moment or two. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And I'm going to just blanket statement from now until our mission is done. If I can see someone's lips, I'm using the observant feat to read those lips.
Okay. Where you currently are, you're about, I'd say, about 100 feet away from the building in question, so you're probably a little bit too far to read lips. Or is there is there a distance you can read from?
If I can see a creature's mouth while it is speaking a language I understand, I can interpret what it's saying by reading its lips. So if I can see their mouth, I know what they're saying.
Okay. Well, with your ridiculous random natural perception.
Binocular eyes.
Absolutely binocular eyes. Okay. Two of the guards that are maintaining a vigil at the front gate, which is, it looks like it's at least 15 feet tall, made of wrought iron. Very, very strong, as is the fence that completely surrounds the building. Sorry, just let me look through my notes. Because I did write this. Was gonna pay off. I did write this down because I know what your eyes were like.
We're using our brains.
For once.
Okay. So one of the guard looks at the other one and says, "Oh, have you seen Rackham yet?" And the other one looks back and goes, "Nah, mate, I just got on shift." And they turn around and start walking away from each other.
Like slap Isha and Tad.
Get off.
I fucking knew as soon as you said Coral Guard. I've connected the dots.
I'm the best detective in the world.
Pepe Sylvia.
You didn't connect shit.
So you guys are holding on the roof, yeah? Did you, Element, are you disseminating what you told them?
You're sharing with the class?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell them. They just said, have you seen Rackham yet? Rackham the
God damn it. Okay.
So this is where he went. Isha wants to ask Lynx, how easy is it to get a set of that armor? Referring to the guard's armor.
Sorry, say that again.
How easy
a set of their armor.
A set of their armor, yes.
He just turns around and smiles at you and says, well, depends how quiet you are, or how much you're willing to pay.
Also, that one seems to be around your height.
Yeah, there are several guards. Most of the guards, to be quite honest with you, are around normal human height, so between like I'd say 5'5" and heading up towards 6 foot. There are a couple of smaller, either dwarf or gnomish characters that are walking on. There's definitely 2 on the roof that are making passes. They're a little bit shorter, but the majority of the ones that are outside the main building are of average human height.
Elwyn, can you see
Yes.
in any of their routes where they're very, very alone?
I would ask you to make a perception check for this one and not rely on your vast eyesight talent.
Well, this dice is going in jail.
Uh-oh.
No, I can see all of them, but I don't know shit.
What did you roll?
2?
Ooh.
For 6 total.
No. Yeah, you can. They seem to be walking in random patterns. There don't seem to be any sort of steady marching patterns that leaves one isolated at any one point for a decent amount of time that you could sneak up. As you can see so far. You just got here. And you just got it.
I will make a point to look for that.
Okay.
Specifically.
So at this time, that time period is now crossed over for when Bird and Opal have been having the conversation. That just came to a close. As your conversation came to a close, I would like Birdwin and Tad to please roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck.
Tad's face the second you said that.
Oh, God.
15.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
This dice
Right.
is doing wonders.
Well, I didn't do wonders this time because that's both failed. Opal, you see Birdwin's eyes go white. Elwyn, Isha, you see Tad's eyes go white. Inside your heads, you both hear almost like a whooshing sound.
Fae. Elf. I believe it is time for me to make direct contact. You see, if you had not already discovered it, you are linked. And by a not-so-common denominator. Me. Faye. You tried your hand at theft, and were found wanting. Such a pathetic attempt, carried out with archaic incompetence. Creel obviously lacked in his teaching capability. I have the orb in my hand right now. I could send it to you. I beg you to attempt to return home. I have your parents. Are sent them to a special place of torment while you flitter around Thoria, stumbling into information that is none of your concern. Free as a bird. Which brings me to the elf. Your vicious little patron owes me a debt. Novi's essence belongs to me, for as long as it takes you to find the lost phantom stones. And as she is unable to take corporeal form, the task has fallen to you to find these stones and bring them to me. I I'm sure she has plans if you betray her. She remains a master in retribution. I look forward to it. Come and visit sometime.
And your mind goes blank. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Only you could throw
I'm gonna
things
throw up.
through video.
I'm stressed.
Just
Across the ocean.
yeah.
I'm stressed. I'm gonna throw up.
What? What
Well, we'll take 10
is
minutes off
wrong
5
with you?
then. What? I got a new toy.
I got new toys.
And I had to use it. Yeah.
Told you guys it was terrifying.
Oh no, the one I played you was just the echo voice. This was something completely different.
Yeah, that
So you two heard a voice in your head. Tad, you know exactly who you heard.
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, I sure do.
Bird, you're
Yeah, I sure
probably
do.
a little bit still confused as
I
to
mean-
what this person is. But
we should have a guess.
yeah. Right, we're gonna take a break. Take a break there. I'd say take 10 minutes because that was a lot. And we'll be back in 10.
I've got a fucking headache. Oh god.
Get some
I
ramen.
need to
Get your
get up.
noodles.
Get some ramen.
Get
Get
noodle
some ramen.
time.
Right, see you in 10, guys.
Okay.
Bye bye.
I'm stacked.
Okay, guys.
We were all lounging, man.
I saw the cameras come back on. I'm like, oh, they're ready.
I just got a snack.
By the way, Nikki, is that are you a chim again tonight?
Well, it's an Ewok.
So yeah.
So yeah, I guess. I mean, it's an Ewok hoodie.
Nice.
Yeah,
Perfectly in character.
I thought so.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do the voice thing for a couple of weeks now, but I couldn't find the correct program, but I found it today. I loves it.
It's terrifying and awesome.
Could you hear me talking
Right.
behind it, or just the voice?
Just the voice, really.
Just
Yeah.
the voice.
So, yeah.
Because I can
Maybe
hear.
like
Obviously,
a hybrid, but it was like a cool. Like it wasn't. It was. I think it was as intended.
right. Cool.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, definitely.
okay. You ready to go?
No.
I mean, I guess.
Our whole group chat is just 4 non-blondes gifts, but you know, let's do it.
Right. Okay. So, as that voice comes out of your heads, Opal, you see Bird's eyes return to normal. Isha and Elwyn, you see Tad's eyes return to normal. Lynx is also looking at you, kind of weird too.
Dad?
Question.
Go on.
Did we see each other in this conversation?
You both heard the same speech. So he was talking to both of you at the same time. So you heard when he
we
was
can
talking
put
to
that
Tad and Tad. Yeah, so you can link that together.
Okay.
Obviously, you were in 2 different locations, but he was talking to both
Right,
of
yeah.
you at the same time.
Okay, that's all I wanted. Thank you.
That's fine. Lynx just looks at Tad just quickly and says, "You don't know thaumaturgy, do you? Your eyes went white."
Hey, Tad. What's going on?
Do we need to pull back?
You're muted still.
Someone cast silence on Tad.
No!
Area effect.
No. Okay. That's a now. That's a few. That's not for me.
Future
That's not-
problem?
Uh-huh. Maybe.
Cool.
Maybe not.
Future us can deal with that.
But we need to find Bird.
We know where Bird is. We need to find
Back to
Creel.
find
Safe room.
Oh shit. Okay. No. This
That-
first. This first. This first. This first. This first. Then that. This first.
Okay. You sure?
Uh-huh. It's
Right.
fine.
Okay.
Just some.
So as Tad's having an existential crisis, I'm going to pause the roof team just there, and I'm going to go back to the tower in room team. Opal, you just saw her eyes return to normal.
Is she still standing or sitting, or she didn't fall?
Oh no,
or
she didn't move. All that happened was her eyes went white for what seemed like about 30 seconds, and then her eyes returned back to their normal, lovely blue or green. I think green.
Bird, were you sitting or standing?
Standing.
Standing. Okay. Well, Opal's gonna get as close as she can. Look up at you. Look at your eyes. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your eyes did weird things, and you didn't move for a while.
It's not. No, nothing new. Nothing.
Is this something
that was new?
We can't talk about this either.
Well, the thing I can't talk about. This was a different thing.
As you hear footsteps coming down the stairs behind you.
I will not talk to you about this later.
Okay. I look forward to not talking. Later.
I appreciate you, Opal.
As the door gets shoved slightly from the other side, and then it comes loose. And in front of you can see the familiar visage of the mayor of Orstan's, Bryn Collier, standing there. Attaché case in hand. And he says, well, good morning. I heard you wanted to talk.
Yes. Hello. You want us to help Creel, correct?
I absolutely want you to help Creel, yes.
And you want us to figure out
where
what's
is
happening
he, by the way?
I'm asking you questions.
Make an intimidation check.
Beautiful.
I'm asking you questions.
Is Elowen rubbing up on Bird? We love to
12?
see it.
12?
12?
He just sort of looks at you for a brief second and says, well, all due respect, you asked me here, so are we having a conversation or what?
We're absolutely having a conversation.
So what do you need? Tell me and I can help.
I need information on your neighbor.
My neighbor?
Yeah.
Which
There's a
one?
noble
I have many neighbors. There's wonderful people who live at either side of me. I don't know who you're talking about.
There is a noble that lives next to you. Keeps a lot of security around. Might not be
him.
Might not be the best guy. Could be causing some of your problems.
Reeve.
That's the one.
He's well, he's certainly one to watch. He's a shady character at best, but he seldom puts a foot wrong, so we can't really do anything to him. Why are you looking at me like that? What do you have in mind?
I don't want to do anything to him.
Right.
If we were just wanting to check out his wonderful home, is that a thing we could make happen?
Well, you could walk up to the door and ask to go in, I suppose, would be affable. Or are you are your intentions a little bit more clandestine?
We're in a bit of a bind here.
He just looks behind him quickly and just closes the door.
No strength check?
No. He's a big burly man. Oh, that was bad. Sorry.
Do you have information on his home?
Let me just get this straight. If I believe what you're asking me to do is you want to look at the plans for his home, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Please. I love
If
books.
you don't feel
Can I
comfortable,
just ask just one question? It seems that your intention is possibly to break into his home or to enter without permission, which is exactly breaking in. Are you trying to find something, or are you just trying to upset the man? Because either or, can happen, but I just sort of need a little bit more information before I just give you a key to his house.
you have a key to his house?
No.
Oh.
Well, we were just wondering what the inside of his house looked like.
Make a deception check.
That wasn't deception. That was the truth. 11. Wait, no, 12. 12. I can't math. It's 12.
I can't math. 12.
Yes.
He kneels down to you, looks you directly in the eyes, says, Opal, you're cute, but you're full of shit.
I just want to know.
Look, man, we're trying to...
The last time we met each other, you were talking about helping Creel. Now, first thing is I walk into the room and I don't see him. And the second thing is, if helping Creel means you want to get into this house, that may sway me in a different direction as to possibly saying yes, but I need to know if it's down for helping him. And
Okay.
refer to my previous question, where is he?
Sir, there was an attack in your city. Fish weird things. We were defeating them. And then Creel decided he needed to come out and help us. And we misplaced him. But
You misplaced him. He's rather a large gentleman.
He got through a portal. We misplaced him through a portal.
He got pulled through. What do you
I
mean
need
fish?
you not to freak out.
I take his hand and I
people
walk
are
him to a chair and I sit him down.
Yeah, he's having palpitations right now. This poor chap.
The
You said-
fish people are dead, defeated. We talked to the doctor. We got all his information. We now believe we have help to find him if we procure an item that Reeves is using to gain power and influence and cause problems. We want to take it back.
We know
into
you
his
don't want it in
possession.
your city. We know you don't want problems in your city. So we're really trying to help you.
We are helping. And if you don't feel comfortable, just drop the plans and everything will be fine.
You saw the fish people?
Yes.
Yes.
They're
I'm
ugly,
like,
aren't they?
No, I fully was dead for a second.
You're what? Oh, your stomach looks terrible.
Yeah. I've had a long day.
I have a napkin here somewhere. Just 1 second.
No,
I need to
thank
be
you.
passing you a
I'm
napkin
good.
over. May want to get that. It's leaking. All right. I think I've heard all I need to hear. I don't have the plans on me, but I can find them. Can you?
He's your neighbor, right? He lives next door?
Adjacent, yes.
Is there by any chance like an underground tunnel system in the city that could possibly like maybe go from your house to his house? Is there like a back entrance that you know of?
The subterranean tunnels?
Yes. Do you have blueprints for those too?
I could get them.
That
I've
would be
never
really helpful.
used them myself because there's been no need for me to go in the sewers, but yes, I could find those too. This is not going to be a quick fix. There's a lot of documents in the town hall. I have got to
I get it. Trust me.
I've got to find a lot of stuff.
Can I come
Give
with?
me-
I'm very good at looking through books.
I can't let anyone civilian kind of go in there. It's sort of under lock and key, and questions would be asked that I don't have answers to. So I'm going to say no, but I'm going to help. So give me a couple of hours, and
4 hours would be great.
I will 4 hours. Well, 4 hours will be better than 2. I've got a lot of meetings I got to cancel, and I've got to make sure the festival's still running. And oh god, we've got to clean up the fish
Are you
people.
sure we can't help?
Sorry, what?
Are you sure we can't help?
No, dear, no. It's fine. I'll make sure I get the for you. And for, so we say dusk.
Dusk is fine.
Right.
I appreciate this help.
I'll go and I'll go. And he just gets up, sort of like panicking, and just turns around and walks out the door. Bulgus like passes him on the stairs on the way down and goes, "Oh, yeah, Mr. Mayor. Watch your step now." As he trips on the top step and walks out. Bulgus comes back into the room and says, "Everything all right?"
Peachy.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
Advisable.
I
You
could
got a
use a
hole in
nap.
your stomach.
I'm gonna deal with that.
Huh?
We'll deal with that first.
I'm gonna go upstairs and get some people good and drunk. So I'll shut the door and I'll see you later.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Pause. Back to Team Roof. What are you guys doing?
Tad is going to, in the midst of just rubbing his temples and really not paying much attention to anything else going on, just a lot of just internal reflection.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna look up.
Element, that the way you tried to reach out to Creel, can you message Bird from here?
It only goes 120 feet.
Okay.
What happened?
Either she or I am being watched pretty actively in a big way.
Bye.
You
Good
know
or
the
bad?
You know the thing that she can't talk about?
Uh-huh.
This is... If the thing she can't talk about had a thing she couldn't talk about, that would be the thing that talked to us.
Face it?
Yeah.
Cool.
This might as well happen.
So
Okay.
I just...
Is it a current us problem or a future us problem? Would you think?
Well, it's a current us problem. I don't know if it's a current us priority, but it's a current us problem.
Are either of you actively in danger of dying right now?
Always.
What define active? Like, is he gonna come out and murder me? No. No.
Was less confidence than I'd love to hear as an answer to that.
Because the answer is no. But he doesn't have to. It's fine.
Oh,
No, it's fine.
Isha at this point is gonna shake Tad's shoulder
Yeah, no,
and just go.
Do we?
We're gonna make
do
it.
we-
We're gonna make it through it, but we need you
Okay.
here now.
It's
Do
my
we
thing
think
is. Go
that
ahead.
this is going to interfere with us taking care of the Creole problem?
I'm going to be so honest. This feels like a more direct problem than the Creel problem. I have a lot more confidence in that Creel can take care of himself in a way he won't just die. Whereas this way Creel's the priority, obviously. But this is something that I just need Bird to know that she's being watched. Or she already kind of knows, but by more than one person now.
Okay.
But,
Right.
or maybe it's me and all of you guys by extension. So.
Well, hey, apparently we were already being watched by my psychopathic murderous sister. What's one more murderer watching us at all times? It's fine. You know? It's just one more
You guys
person.
have so much going on right now.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic
Oh,
Okay.
as subtly as possible. Not do ritual just like the action.
Yeah. Subtly from who? So no one else on the roof can see it?
Not so much. I mean, they'll see it, but not like. I just mean I'm not doing the ritual where I'm laying out the spell circle, doing the whole deal. I'm just like
You just
casting.
yeah. Has it got semantic components, or is it just voice material?
I believe it's. Ba, 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 ba. Just vocal and somatic, or verbal and somatic. No material.
No, serious. But yeah, but being a rogue, you're very deft with your hands anyway. So you can do the somatic components sort of like very subtly, under robes maybe,
Sure.
but they can't be seen.
And I'm just gonna look up and around, like in the sky around us.
Looking for something watching you.
Yeah. Looking for a sphere. Certain.
So you do the semantic components, you whisper under your breath.
Mm-hmm.
Spell goes off. Up on your left.
Fuck.
On your left. Yeah, you see a small orb. Just spinning.
Yeah.
As you
Sorry.
surreptitiously just like flash your eyes up and glance to it, it goes.
I should have checked that before I shared. Oh, shit.
check what? Check what should you have checked?
Nothing. You see my eyes have this like green filter over them at this point.
Dad.
Yeah. You remember how I said we were being watched?
Yep.
We
Like 30
were
seconds
just
ago?
now. Actively so. Actively so.
Should we go back?
Like a scry kind of a watch, like a long distance
specifically
kind of a direct watch.
Like specifically an orb of scrying that I tried and failed to steal from one of the most powerful Fey entities. It's fine. It's fine.
Lynx has been sat cross-legged, fascinated with this entire conversation for about 5 minutes, and then he just like crawls over to you and says, "Are we being scried on right now?"
No,
Tad,
not right now.
we need to go back.
Get
We need to
off
cut this
the
close.
fucking roof.
Yeah.
And he grabs your shoulder, Tad, and pulls you across the roof, and then literally like scrapes his nails down the brickwork and lands on the ground in an alleyway at the side of the building.
To be fair, I know who's watching, and it's not anything to do with what we're doing. If that's any confidence.
If someone's got a scrying orb watching you, that's quite serious business. Not everyone has one. Who are you in trouble with?
I genuinely believe if I told you, you would not. A, know who they are probably, but B, then, if you did believe me, someone of, just to be perfectly frank and candid here, because I believe partnerships are built on trust, and, you know, as we're going into business together, someone very powerful, to the point that anything we're doing here is so inconsequential that they have no investment.
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck.
He's just staring at you.
Can I help him?
We're on the roof.
How do you want to help? You're on the roof.
Oh, we didn't follow?
No, well, that's up to you, but this conversation happened before you got there.
Oh.
What did you do? What did you roll?
Do you want the number on the die or the total?
How about both?
You'll
Total
both.
of 2.
Roll 1.
Natural 3.
Oh, it's a -1, isn't it? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I have a +8 to persuasion. What did we say about trying to persuade people?
I'm just having a conversation and being honest.
He gets down on one knee and pulls out a ring. No, he's pretty good at reading people. He looks at you. Some people say that I'm a good judge of character. When I saw you fighting those things, I sort of put my faith in you before I even said hello. Now I stand by my decision to do that. The things you've got going on in your private life are your own private affairs. The only thing I would ask is that if they're going to jeopardize this mission, you let me know now.
I promise you they won't. I to be real, and you don't know me, you don't have context for this. I'm being shockingly open with you for me. This is really on the up and up. If there's anything I thought would interfere with us getting Creel, I would be very upfront about it, or just nip it in the bud before it becomes a problem. This is just something that's like just processing, you know, at the moment. Kind of a big deal, but also not directly impacting our business or our arrangement that we're gonna have. So, you know, it'll be fine for sure. Just not for me maybe, but for you and the operation and the thing we're doing, shipshape. So
Shipshape. All right. I trust you.
yeah, thank you.
I get back on the roof.
I mean, you know how it goes. You steal some shit from the wrong person, and then you get caught.
Well,
And
as you can tell, I've never done that before.
no one in our line of work has ever, you know,
Taking something that doesn't belong to them? The very idea.
how it's absurd.
Completely.
But yeah, so we're cool. Pinky promise.
All right, he pulls his pinky out and he He does that thing.
There you go.
All right, Flyboy, back on the roof.
Pinky promises canon.
Pinky promises canon.
Tad just
there-
invented it. It's crazy.
Is there a
And golf.
Can I have been standing near the edge of the roof where I can see their mouths?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
You got the whole conversation. Isha, I'm
Jack
guessing.
comes
Isha, I'm
back up
guessing
and
is
I'm
just
like-
being very soldierly, just watching the building.
I do. When Lynx gets back up, Isha does want to ask him, with the building that has our prize in it, is there any points of entry other than the front door? Be there windows, anything of that nature?
He taps you on the shoulder and smiles as he walks past you and says, "Anything can be a point of entry if you really want to get in."
I thought you were gonna say if you're not a coward, but that makes more sense.
This is the first time that Elwyn's actually heard Isha laugh at that joke.
He looks at you again and says, "I seldom walk through the front door of any building I walk into, so mark my words, there are other ways in, for sure." As you
Specific
now,
ones, or
as he says that, you look down just slightly. You can see that Bryn Collier is making his way back into his mayoral abode. Specific ones.
that just like that you know about for this building specifically, and not just like generalized. Like, oh yeah, there's every building has like, oh, you could find a way in.
Well, there's
How
access from.
confident are we that they'll look up while on their little patrols?
They'll look up. Oh, you want to fly over? Is that what you
I don't
mean?
want to like set the whole plan, on fire. But
Well,
I've seen Tad hide behind his hands before, and nobody knew he was there, so he could totally.
Lynx
Yeah.
genuinely laughs. But it takes
It
it in,
happened. It was amazing.
takes it in good heart. That was amazing. That
It was like dryads and spiders. They couldn't see him at all. It was so cool.
the fuck did Tad go? When he stopped laughing, he well, the two on the roof of similar height to you, they just seem to be looking down quite a lot. And if you look on the roof, there is a hatch entrance. That's why it's being guarded. All of the windows of this building is a potential entrance route. There's also a door to the rear of the property as well. Rumor has it that there are subterranean tunnels beneath the building that we could try. It all depends on which one you think is best. Or which one you think you can accomplish with relative ease.
I mean, I can get on the roof really easily, but that might be the most difficult option for everybody else.
True.
Not unless I create a distraction.
Which isn't the worst thing if we have some multiple points of access.
Although, well,
Distractions are
We know-
good. Sorry, you were saying?
that's fine. We don't have any idea where the item is, do we? Within the building?
The building is 2 stories tall. There are many rooms. We do know there are also tunnels and subterranean rooms under the house, so it could be on one of 3 floors.
Awesome. Cool, great. Well, maybe what Bird and Opal are getting can help us narrow down a little bit.
If they did the research, they would know what's underneath. That's for sure.
And maybe inside.
Right.
At least what rooms.
Could we at this distance see how many guards exactly are we like dealing with on the outside? There's two on the roof.
Roll a perception check.
Cool. Okay.
Also, is it past dusk? Do we see the ship change?
It's not quite dusk yet. I'm getting to it, but I want to whip back to the other team just briefly.
Cool.
Before
It's
we get to
11.
it. 11. From your vantage point, you can definitely see the two on the roof. You can see the two guards that Elwyn saw talking by the front main gate. Within the fence line, and the fence, I'd say, between the fence and the actual where the building starts, there's about a 30-foot gap between that. There are, on the ground, 4 more guards making like counterclockwise circular patrols around the building. So at all points, you can kind of see that all 4 sides of the building are at least covered by one set of eyes at all times. But definitely the front gate, there are 2 people all the time. They just march to the end of the fence at the front of the building, turn around, and walk back and meet each other, and that's their path, their regular path. The others within the fence line are like just serpentine, but they maintain sort of like an equidistant distance between them, so one can be at the southwest, east, and north at all points. And then there's 2 on the roof of what you can see.
Okay.
Most of the windows of the building are curtained, so you can't see within from the outside.
With that, I don't know if you want me to roll perception again. How busy is the street in front of the gate where the 2 guards are posted?
No,
is it like a pretty common area where there's people with carts?
It's a main thoroughfare through Warstands. Plus the festival's on as well, so there are buntings up, there are people milling around, there are market stalls laid out. So there's quite, I wouldn't say frenetic, but it's definitely a lot more populated than it used to be without the festival being there. So if you're like, cover would be a lot easier than not without the festival not being on.
Isha looks at Tad and goes, depending on what Bird and Opal find with their research, I have my utmost faith in you. Could you get into that roof if I made a big enough distraction at the gate?
Without a doubt.
That's one plan out of many that we can have. I can definitely distract the guards enough to cause enough chaos up there.
Heist movie.
Yeah. Isha, my only concern with that is that we might need you inside.
Lynx pops over your shoulder, Elwyn, and says, yes, distractions are fun, but it also means possibly you lose a member of your team unless you're very good at what you do.
I
That's where faith comes in.
I do also have this, and I pull that potion out of my bag that's like the purple viscous solution.
Yeah.
The
Scambo?
potion
Gambo.
Not the fire breathing. Not that one.
Me be
No.
annoyed.
The haste one. I mean, we've got someone in our group who has made a robot. And maybe that could help. And we also have someone in our group that has a little sprite friend. I mean, maybe it's worth thinking about all of the resources we have instead of just, barging in.
The 3 on the roof. Well,
Oh,
4.
I'm not hoping to barge in. I'm I'm hoping to pull the eyes away from other
But
directions.
Isha, if their eyes are on you, they know who you are. They can identify you later. You cannot help us. You would have to do the distraction and then leave. Because if you tried to find your way in, you could be recognized.
Well, if
I
everything
mean, they
goes to
can't
plan, we
really
shouldn't
go
be fighting
after.
inside anyway.
They can't really go after a couple raging horses and carts. How can they track that to me?
This is true.
Why would they? It's okay. We'll find out. We'll. You're doing a great job, and I love your ideas, and I love your creativity. We can think of so many different plans when we have everybody
That's
in
not the only
information.
one that caused enough chaos to break into somewhere. Have a little faith.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really familiar with causing chaos to break into somewhere, but I definitely have a lot of training for how to deal with people that want to like get into the place where you are, because I lived in that place. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just thinking maybe it would be helpful to have both perspectives here. What I'm saying is, I was a rich brat in a very big fancy house.
Right.
And also supposed to be the figurehead ruler of my people. So they kind of really were specific about making sure that I knew what to look for and and I feel like we want to make sure we're thinking from their end too. Do you know what I mean? Also, I don't feel great about being inside without all of my blade bros. Do we need to get any more information before we go back and see what Bird and Opal found?
We should watch a shift change.
Yeah,
And then
definitely a shift change.
And pause. Back to Bird and Opal. So, going to jump time ahead a little bit now. As you requested for a 4-hour gap, and that's a long time just to expect the other people to RP with. So, we're going to say that Bryn's now making his way back to you from his mayoral abode, back to the Crooked Tower Inn. Along with...
I was going to try to trance.
Yeah. And he rat-a-tat-tats at the door. Am I alright to come in? I found
Yes.
something.
Wonderful. I'd love to see it.
I don't know how I'm going to get this to you, but I'm going to try and get this to you now if I can. Right, 2 seconds, Nikki. I'm just going to send you a couple of pictures.
It does.
Ooh, the wonders of technology.
Why are the cameras screwed up?
Because I'm messing around with OBS.
Ah,
Rob's got DMs open right now.
I know.
It'll be fine. Ignore it.
Is it back?
Yeah, it's back.
There we go.
We're good.
Right, Nikki, I'll send you 2 images.
Yep.
So Bryn opens a small leather case and he pulls out several pieces of we'll call it blue paper, but kind of like not. It's just normal parchment, really. He says, I managed to find the architectural plans for his building. They've been ripped up and rebuilt several times, but I believe this is the most recent. And I've got the 2 floors of the house. We've also found that there's a subterranean entrance and there's a subterranean dock underneath the house that leads out towards the ocean. We still don't know where the whatever it is that you're looking for may be found, but that's what I could do.
We can get into the house through the ocean, is what you're saying?
If you can find where it lets out. I didn't know he had water running under his building. But apparently
you don't have water under yours?
No. Well, I hope not. There's fish people attacking the town. I better reinforce my doors. So I've done my part.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Your help.
Any more questions?
I'm sorry. I will try to have less questions for you in the future.
Questions are fine. Questions are fine.
Opal runs up and hugs him real quick.
Of course you do.
Thank you so much.
You're so kind. Well, happy, criminaling, I guess. Go team, and he goes.
We're helping.
We're helping.
Of course you are. I'm going to run a festival. Bye.
Opal shows the plans. Do any of these rooms look like maybe they would hold what we're looking for? So it looks like on the second floor it's just bedrooms.
Right.
That could be
I wouldn't necessarily go rather into the specifics of what's within the rooms.
Yeah.
Just use the plan as the information that you receive, not necessarily what's in the room. Because if these are blueprints, they wouldn't include furniture. They just include the actual rooms themselves. So just use the room structure as what information you've got. Have you disseminated that to the rest of your team?
Yes.
Good.
We need to decide what kind of a person he is. Is he someone to show off his
That would have been
treasure?
questions for the mayor.
Or is he didn't really sound like he knew
I'm
him.
still here. Sorry, I was eavesdropping around the corner. Do you still need me for anything?
Yeah, we were wondering what type of guy this is.
Reeve?
Yeah. What do you know of him? And he looks like
he's a socialite like no other. He would if there's any way he could show off his wealth or his importance around town, he will just do that. Because he knows that he's got so many people guarding him and so much security around him that no one can touch him. So his power knows no bounds, as does his ego. So he normally frequents many places in town of an evening, going for drinks and things, but he has also been known to stay at home and have quiet drinks and invited guests. You know, he's an asshole.
Does he often have friends over?
It depends. He is a collector of antiquities, or he's been known to be a collector of antiquities. So, if he's got friends over, he's probably saying, "Look what I just got," you know, that sort of thing. But as to where that happens within the building, I don't know.
Have you ever been? You've never been invited over?
Me? No. Nor would I accept an invitation.
That makes sense.
He's a loathsome being.
You wouldn't accept ever?
And he pauses for a second because he's now clicking on to what you're trying to say. Oh. Well, I suppose under the current circumstances, it would be an idea if I was to maybe get inside and have a look round. Would that help?
That would be
Yeah,
very
I mean, I am the mayor. I could drop by on official business and see, if I
Sure.
could find anything, or
I thought you said he likes procuring things. What if you found a new incredible bard and you wanted to share the music?
okay. Who would this bard be?
I play a lot of instruments.
Oh, you.
Bird is very good.
I
she had a whole
entertained on the ship for
She had a
days.
whole ship entertained for a week. They never got tired of her.
You know what? That may work.
Okay. I will send a message once I talk to the rest of the team. And if that's the route we want to take, we'll set it in motion.
Where can we find you, sir?
I'll be waiting patiently at my house. If you want to find me, you can come knock on the front door. I'll come running. I don't have guards, or many guards, or if I do have guards, I can just tell them not to guard, you know. So, yeah, I'll be at home.
Okay. Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you. Opal hugs him again. Because she can't ever get enough hugs.
Thank you again. I'm actually going to go this time because I do have other things to attend to. Goodbye.
Go check on the festival. We got it.
Well, thank you for staying.
Oh, the stairs are gone. This time. Right, so you have plans for the building. Are we going back to... Actually, yeah, so we'll have plans for the building. We'll switch back now for the last time to the roof gang. The sun is now starting to come down over the woodland trees in the distance. The reds and oranges are starting to take the sky. And you can now see that the internal front doors of the building are opening. And the two guards from the front first are going and opening the gate, going back inside. The perimeter inside the fence are now starting to file the way inside. As you see the two on top go to either side of the roofways and pull out crossbows and just aim down while the other guards are going inside. While that's happening, about, I'd say, 30 seconds, the last guard that was in the internal perimeter within the fence stays at the front door until the other new shifts start to file out, and they take the same positions at the front gate, and then they start to file out and start doing the rotational pass around the building. And the two at the top then go back to the middle. They open the hatchway, go inside. 2 minutes later, two more people come up, and the hatch is closed, and as you would possibly expect, locked. They faff with the door for a couple of seconds before they leave it, and then they start to make their pass around the roof. So that's what you see as a shift change.
The roof is our key in.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Lynx
Yeah.
looks over and
You get that
says,
lock?
sorry?
I was asking, Isha was asking Ted, do you think you can get that lock? It looks like they've locked it. They were fiddling with it.
I think they locked it when they came back out, but even so, there shouldn't be a problem.
Lynx looks over and says, also, there's two of us who are pretty handy with locks here.
Yeah.
I can't fly, but I can climb.
We all have our setbacks, you know?
He looks down at you and says, yes, we do, don't we?
Yeah.
of him.
Okay,
I think
So the
we've got
roof.
everything we can get.
the roof.
May I suggest that after your actions this day, that you might take a rest before we attempt this? Get yourself back to full health. If we could possibly do this under cover of darkness at the dawn shift change, we might have luck on our side.
Okay.
Or if you have other
Tad
ideas,
finally,
I'm well open.
Tad like allows himself to sit down for a second and like actually just relax after the shift change now gets done, and then realizes he's still like severely bleeding from like his ribs and like his side. He's just like, it's probably good.
Oh my god. I'm gonna cure wounds you.
No, we're going to bed. It's okay.
Well, that's why.
No.
10.
Perfect.
Could you, Tad, could you next time you're bleeding to death, would you let me know, please?
I'll try to keep an eye on it.
That's a yes or a no.
She's very insistent, isn't she?
She is. I guess
I like
yes,
when
and-
my friends don't
That's a
bleed to
yes.
death in front of me.
It's a nice.
Is kind of the thing.
It's a nice trait.
It's not much to ask.
I mean, I
You're not there,
I
Opal.
have yeah. I have magic that can make them not bleed to death, so I feel like it's kind of, reasonable to be like, hey, let me know if you're bleeding to death, and then I can make you not do that
For what
thing.
it's worth, it was mostly
And-
dry, and it's not like it's.
Lynx walks over to you, Ella, and says, tell me, dear, do you have any sort of ability to clear up messes? Because I've noticed that your friend with the wings there has been bleeding on the roof, and if anyone comes up here and checks, if anyone's been up here, they may notice a trail of blood.
Let's go.
Yes, he unholsters the 2 squeeze bottles.
Yeah, I'll Febreze that bitch.
So you press a digitation on the roof. Febreze that bitch.
Yeah.
That bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so you clear up the roof. Yeah, there were sort of like little small like snake lines of blood that Tad was leaving when he was walking, even though he was being super stealthy because no one else was seeing the rooftop. But yeah, he made
I
a mess.
feel like I'm not gonna retcon this time, but I feel like in the future, like if I saw him bleeding and leaving a trail of blood, I would have cured wounds to him, like way back.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's unsanitary and gross, and also is gonna give us away. But also, I don't want my friends to bleed to death when I can make them not do that thing.
Not at all. But it didn't come up in conversation until that point.
No.
So I'll
Yeah.
for the
And
sake
we've
of
had a
narrative, I'll leave it
day.
where it is.
We've had a day.
We've had a day.
You've had a day.
Yeah. Mostly
I
that
just noticed.
in the future, if we
Yeah.
fight some things or we're in a situation where there's blood leaving your body, if you would just let me know,
Suitcase. I'm out.
I would certainly appreciate that gesture.
All right. Okay.
You too,
yeah.
Isha. Isha? Yes?
What?
Yes?
He pretends not to hear you.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
I'm not
wait.
that short.
Lynx just pokes out behind Isha's shoulder and says, "Does that go for me as well?"
Of course, Lynx. You are our friend.
Oh, you're a dear. Right, should we away back to our friends?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
That sounds like a great idea.
Like this to both the boys. Tell me if you're bleeding.
Stitch you the fuck up.
Yeah. I will
Right.
aggressively heal you.
If you don't tell me, I will kill you.
Yes. Yeah.
With kindness.
I'll let it happen. Yeah.
Right, so you make it. You make your way off the roof,
my way.
and subtly, stealthily back to the tower inn where you meet your 2 friends still in the room underneath the tavern themselves. To tell each other what you found,
Mm-hmm.
which will say
Hi guys.
you don't have to RP that because we've just done all that. The conversation doesn't need to happen. So would you like to take this opportunity to take a long rest?
God, yes.
Yes.
Right. So you all bundle down. Most of you, being quite diminutive, can fit on the bed, and it feels rather comfortable, it being Creel's former place of rest. The other two, I'll say you take the floor. And you get a long rest. Everyone's healed up. And I've just seen the India Beyond update, and you got everything back.
Yay.
Right. So, as sleep takes you, some of you have complete restful sleep. Tad and Bird, now you've reunited before you go to sleep. Is there anything you want to say to each other before the rest takes you?
Yeah. Hey. So you heard.
I had a different kind of episode.
Yeah. So we're being watched pretty actively. By multiple sources now, because like you have your thing and then now I have my thing. Like, he's watching us with my thing. And
That almost makes me feel better that you're with me.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Not alone.
Okay.
Oh wow, there's a lot to share. Do you know how much do you know of this?
So
There's a lot.
if I had a boss,
Yeah.
her boss is worse.
It's like yeah. Okay, so think like
And my boss, well, no, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
no, but yeah. Think like a night guard at like a prison versus like the warden's like board of directors kind of deal. You know what I mean? It's not.
Sure.
It's like it's that. It is a distinction. So it seems, just from what I gathered, that he's now taken an interest in whatever your thing is supposed to be, your goal and job, and then he's got my family being tortured, which is not great.
No. What can we do about it? Can we do something?
I think we have to go, is the thing. But you've never been. It's lovely. It's not. It is.
Go
It can be.
where?
My home?
Like the home.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would be a good or bad thing for me.
Probably good.
We're in this together.
We're in it together. You have a friend in it, at least.
Can I like
Wait,
look at
sorry,
Bonnie real
I don't
quick?
know why I keep putting the fucking voice on you. You know you're past that point. I feel. It's supposed to have it really.
It's okay.
It's more to just it's just tough.
Yeah.
You
Can I,
say you
like-
want to look at Bonnie real quick.
Yeah, I want to look at Bonnie and like. Do you think I can talk to him now? We're in like this is like a safe room, right? I don't know if there's any like protection to it, but also like I feel like I should be able to talk to him if we're gonna work together to do whatever we have.
Else, I'm asset for it, you know.
Yeah. What do you think, Bonnie?
Bonnie's looking a bit pale at the moment. Her colours are diminished slightly. She's not as bright and as chipper as she once was. She says, you want to talk to him?
I do want to talk to him.
Mr. Daxios contacts you only. You don't talk to him. He talks to you.
I thought you meant talk to me about stuff.
No, I want to
didn't
talk to
mean
Tad.
him.
I want to talk to Tad about
Oh,
No.
of course.
about my
Oh.
stuff. I don't want to talk to him. No.
No, we don't.
The
we don't
color
talk
comes back to her a
about
little bit because she thought you wanted to talk to him.
No. I don't need to do that at this point in time.
We don't really talk to Daxius. It's not something that we will ever do. So,
I trust him.
You think it's okay though?
Sure.
I don't.
What are you afraid of?
I am afraid of hurting him. That's what happened last time. He asked questions about, and then I got hurt and he got hurt, and nothing has been good since.
But now I am here.
You are. You're the best.
I will protect you. Have the conversation.
Okay. Tad, I feel like it's all my fault. I should have been smarter. I shouldn't have wandered. I always thought adventure and magic were so cool and fun and everything would be fine. And I went too far and I followed what I thought was a pixie, what I thought was cute, what I thought was nice. I followed it and then I was falling. And I was falling through one of the waterfalls and I was going to die. And then I got saved and she promised that she could save me and she would get me back to my world and that I could have some of her magic. And what was I supposed to do?
it's not your fault. I promise you that. It's. They prey on those who are trying to find something beyond their life, beyond what they currently have, beyond their current means, whether that's a life at all, which seems to be the case.
And then she didn't take me home. She sent me to another town and I lived there for years trying to find things to help her become herself again because somebody is controlling her. And so I have to do the things that she wants to do to become uncontrolled. But also
So she's trying to get you to give her the power to leave Daxius?
I think
In a
so,
way.
but how does he get in contact with me? That I don't understand.
He's a fucking archfey. He can do whatever he wants.
Oh.
But yeah, in comparison, it's possibly through me. If he's been watching,
Okay.
he knows.
He's
been watching the whole time. Okay.
Basically, I was tricked. I let myself be tricked. Anyway, I haven't been home in a long time, and I've just lived in taverns and watched people live a life and watched people have adventure, and now I'm in one, and I feel like I've put everyone in danger. Navi is not... She's not nice.
Do I know that name, Rob?
I
know I didn't recognize the visage of her, but I've heard the name.
Just make a history check.
Natural 18 plus 2, 20.
Dirty 20. I'd say with the dirty 20, I'd say yes. You have heard the name. You've heard of being Fae yourself. There are certain entities that sort of like masquerade as woodland sprites, shall we say, in order to gain interest of would-be adventurers or people who are looking for adventure and so on and so forth, and then they turn out to be horrible bastards who just want to control them. These pack beings have infiltrated the Fey realm and infiltrated the entire world for years, and they're very good at what they do. They are very good at changing their appearance to suit the person they are trying to control, and this is exactly what Novi has done to your friend. So you've heard the name Novi before, and you know that she is essentially a demi-archfey who and Birdwin is not the only person that she's corrupted in the past.
No. Tad's gonna flitter up and just give you a hug at your level. And just say, listen, we've all got stuff. We all have walls we've put up. We all make mistakes. She's a real bitch. I'm sorry. She's not nice. But I promise you this isn't your fault. And I promise you that you're not the only one. And that you didn't do anything wrong. And that I'm going to help you get rid of this whole agreement you got. It'll be fine.
I'm glad we actually got to talk about it this time.
So on my end, right? I tried to steal a orb of... Ooh. I tried to steal an orb of scrying because I can't do a Scottish accent and say the word scrying is really tough. So I'm going to just lock it back up here. I tried to steal an orb of scrying. Just a stupid dare. Just a dumb little game. just so happened to belong to someone under Gaxius's employ, effectively. His name was Basrov. He's a kind man, truly. But I got caught. And instead of being, killed, or instead of being, arrested and thrown in prison, my parents pleaded for me to be let go. You're blacksmiths. That's how I got it's fine. So they banished me here. Daxius did. But he bound me magically beforehand so that I couldn't fly. And they were bound for 12 years. So I think that was the goal, is that I would be bound here. And then I got the bind lifted, and I guess that broke the agreement of my banishment, which I hadn't really considered.
That's crazy. If you're here, you can't do anything to them there. That's silly.
I think they know I'm trying to go back, though. If they've been watching.
Yeah. You should fly more.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I think we just need to stay close, talk more.
Yeah.
Be open about stuff. I'll figure this out.
More. You should fly more, Ted.
As Birdwood says that, Tad, you just, again, a different voice this time, just in your head, and a little flash of a face that you haven't seen in a long, long time. You see Glenda's face. And you just hear her say, "I'm going to help you fly again." And with that, the exhaustion of the day and the happenings, sleep overtakes you. Halloween, do you want to do something?
Yeah.
Go on.
Elwyn does not sleep that night.
Oh shit.
No, she starts laying in bed and she's trying so hard to fall asleep because she knows it's so important. But she starts thinking about the months at the Mage Fortress where Creel was helping her through grief, and he found her a shop, just a tiny little shop in Valing, where she could just be an ordinary seamstress and a nobody, and their correspondence over the years, and how he would reassure her that he was safe and be so happy that the only interesting things that happened to her were she met a cat, or, had to get new fabric for somebody. And then she spends the rest of the night just replaying in her mind Demelza behind Freem and Demelza behind Creel. And they just kind of blend, and she put on a good face for everybody because it's too important to not.
Yeah, but she's not processing very well now.
It was down to the last detail her worst nightmare happening in front of her, So she's not gonna sleep tonight.
Okay. Yeah, the the position of Bream and Creel just constantly just going back and forward, but Demelda seems to stay completely still, and the dry, almost wry smile on her face as she knows that she's doing something that's going to absolutely destroy you internally. Really, like, just break your heart into 1,000 pieces, and she gets a kick out of this. So in order to get what she wants, she was definitely going to do this again, and for someone else that you cared about, and it had to be the same pose, and it had to be the same shock happen really quickly in order to really get to you, and she did it again.
Mm-hmm. And just kicking herself because he was already safe when she got to Orstance, and if she just stayed where she was, and she feels so selfish for, you know, it wasn't even just about saving him, it was about, you know, reconnecting and going to be there and all that kind of stuff. But just kind of, she's very in her head right now, and she's not doing good.
Yep. So you just stare at the wall, stare at your friends, look at this white-skinned tiefling who's now in the corner of the room, his tail just swishing around as he tries to get some sleep. And you wonder how the hell all this happened when all you were going to do is just come and find a friend of yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as you stare at the walls, we're going to end our episode there. So you will take a point of exhaustion when you wake up, and everyone else will take a long rest and be fully replenished. Right. Well, that was a lot of story going on there today. Not too much fighting. That was good.
A little calmer end than last time.
Trauma bonding.
Mm-hmm.
The show.
Fuck.
Episode 9, everyone. Right. That was brilliant. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much for playing. Thank you, everyone who came to watch again. You're very kind. As far as the next episode goes, because of PeachCon happening that weekend, I don't think we'll be doing it that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to sort out a schedule to when we're going to do the next episode, but we'll be back very, very soon. But as always, thank you very much for the support for this. I will do this without anybody watching because it's one of the best things I've ever done, and my players are awesome and I love them very much. So until next time, I'll wish you a very good night, as it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning for me and I'm about to drop. So we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.